from the grandstands. Live in 3, 2, 1. What's up, guys? PhilipTheTitan here from the grandstands, and it is a beautiful day. We just had the race here in the United States of America, and it was the American Grand Prix in Texas, and Austin, Texas, to be exact. And it was a very interesting race because it kind of determined who was going to be world champion. And today we have amazing news that Lewis Hamilton has become world champion. Now, if you guys watched the live race with us from the grandstands, you know I was kind of upset about it. But don't let that deter anything. Anyone who's known me long enough knows I've been a big Lewis Hamilton fan since 2007. And I couldn't be more thrilled for the guy. I just wanted it to come down to Yas circuit. I want to see the last race be the real determined factor. And that's not Lewis's fault or anybody's fault on the grid. You know whose fault that is? It's F1's regulations and rules. They set it up and they're making it this way. Nobody else is. Not even Team Mercedes. They could put all the money in they want in the car, but it's not their fault. So I just wanted to clarify that. I was very happy to see everybody compete today. It was very disappointing to see the Ferraris not do so well. But overall, in the end, this is all about one man today, and that's Lewis Hamilton. He did the impossible, because to go for your 6th world title, he came out years ago saying he didn't want to go this far, and he has. He could end up becoming his 7th world title next year, and it's because Lewis Hamilton has something that not many people have, and it's this a burning determination to be better than who you were yesterday. He went vegan. He wants to try to save the world with making better life choices. Those are big determining factors in a human that could determine everyone's outcome. And it takes one person to start doing it. And yes, you could say he's a hypocrite because, well, he is in the most polluting type sport on the planet and travels all around the world. But that, he's talking about it. I don't see nobody else talking about it. And they're doing the same thing, if not worse. So I am just thrilled for the guy today. I think, Lewis Hamilton, you deserve this world title for your 6th title. And I am actually looking forward to seeing your 7th world title because you're going to leave a big mark on the sport. And you know who I think would be another big fan to Lewis Hamilton? It would be Ayrton Senna. Ayrton Senna would be one of the biggest fans of Lewis Hamilton. Why? Because Lewis Hamilton is just a fast mother effer. He is quick. And now that the little kids have shown him to be aggressive again, he's aggressive. And I guarantee Ayrton would support that 100%. So I know Ayrton's looking down going, he deserves this 6th world title. I can't wait till he gets his 10th world title because Hamilton can. That's a determining fire that's in his soul. So, his dad said it. He could go on winning for another 10 years. So that was from his dad. And his dad, he's right. But I want to go ahead and introduce one of my boys. Christian, thank you for being on with me to talk about Lewis Hamilton.
For sure, no worries.
BDHD too.
Yeah. For sure.
BDHD, and we got you on too. I am so happy to have you on because you're
nice.
Definitely a big Hamilton fan. So let's go ahead. I want to start with Christian. Tell me, what was it for you that just did it with Lewis Hamilton in the beginning of your early watching F1?
Well, I started watching F1. Wow, 1994, 95. I remember watching the Senna race when he crashed.
Yeah, Amalia.
So I've been around the sport. I've been a fan. So I've been through the ups and downs. I've seen racers come and go, drivers come and go. But Lewis is definitely something you don't get very often, and how you and I were saying earlier, when he's gone, we're gonna miss him.
Yeah.
But he's definitely got qualities that not every racer has. And when you watch F1s for so long and you put your heart into it and you study it and you read it and you constantly see one person winning, it can get annoying. and it can get frustrating, and it can come off like in ways you don't really mean it. If that makes sense.
No, it does, because you guys witnessed that in my last live stream.
There we go. And I think we all felt a little frustrated. We felt a little disappointed in what we saw, because we've witnessed it already for so long, you know. And of course, we want other racers to win. We want F1 to improve and get better and do better and just become more exciting. But yeah, Lewis has the characteristics that a lot of racers don't have, and he may be a little bit mainstream now. He might have more popularity outside of F1. A lot of his new fans might be fans of him, and when he goes, they're not even going to watch F1 anymore. But I think that's where it comes from. We just get a little bit frustrated. We just want to see different. We want to see different scenarios, different winners, different people doing different things. Like, it's great. It's fantastic that he won. I mean, at the end of the day, he did win races. He did put his all into the races that he won. And some of the races were awesome. He really fought. Some races were easy. Some races were given to him, like, you know, just the way it goes. But at the end of the day, you really can't take much away from the guy. He's been winning. He won with. He's always been winning. That's just what it is.
I like what you're saying, because basically it comes off as we've been spoiled, and we when you get spoiled, you forget the simple things again.
Correct.
Okay. You know what? That's how I feel, because I know I'm witnessing greatness, and that's why I watch it, and that's why in the end, when he wins, I am happy in the back of my head, and I'm very excited. You can watch a lot of my past stuff on Global Grandstands on my Instagram. I loved watching him win, especially when he would just dominate. And then as I get older, I think I've seen him win so many times that I personally have been finally spoiled to the point where I already expect him to win, and now I'm just wanting to see a new winner, which is dangerous, because I'm going to miss out on the greatest opportunity of my life when it comes to an F1 spectator fan to witness greatness, because I might not get this chance again.
Yeah, I think as far as the age of racing and the changes that's about to happen, it's probably
The last big guy.
this could be the last consistently big racer. What it could be.
No, BDHD, I think you're right on that. I think as the 2021 rule changes come in, we're not going to see Lewis win a lot. I think he's going to be competitive as hell and be super aggressive on the field with these young cats, and definitely be on the podium a lot. But world champion multiple times, no. And I don't think anyone's going to do it. I think he has to go for the Schumacher record and beyond it, because nobody's ever going to touch it again. Not until we get to a point in racing where it's very futuristic. And I don't mean these cars that are coming up. I mean something that's just brand new. Something we don't even know what it could be yet. And I think that's when we'll see it again. But I'm probably going to be old or either dead.
Could be.
Yeah, it's just you don't know. You don't know. But BDHD, what was it for you that got you to become a Lewis Hamilton fan in your early days?
But
Hello?
Yeah, we're here, Christian.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, got cut off. Sorry.
No worries. We're here. We're gonna listen to BDHD real quick on what made him a Lewis Hamilton fan in his early days of becoming an F1 fan.
For sure.
Well, just seeing the struggle progression through all of the years is one of the main focuses. And a lot of people might not agree with another part of why I kind of melded onto him, is because, you know, it's kind of hard for, I don't use the term African American.
No, you use your term that comes off.
It's kind of a iffy term as well. But you see certain sports around the world where a lot of people would say, well, you know, that's not the sport for them, or this is not what they can excel in, and he really just took to it. I'm sorry about that, the car, but
No
he
worries, no
just
worries.
really took to it, and he shined, man. He overcame, and it kind of reminded me almost of like a Tiger Woods type situation. Is what it kind of reminded me. And he took a lot of the hate, a lot of the bad comments, because I mean, I really been following a lot of the social media. I've been following a lot of things from around the world over the years, and some people just genuinely don't like him. And it's I'm not saying it's a majority, but it is a healthy group of people that don't like him because of it, and they hate to see him win. So that kind of fuels it a little bit more for me, saying that he's out here and he's dealing with all of this and he's selling, you know.
He has every
So I have to
obstacle
I have to give
against
him
him.
strength points. I have to give him strength points, and I have to
Strength
give him
points.
determination and willpower.
To just always give that little reminder for him that no matter what, the world is still backing you.
Exactly.
You know what, man?
When
That
you're
that
when you're
sealed the deal.
greatness, when you're greatness, you have a lot of people that don't like you. That just comes with the territory.
It does, but it's really hard for me to come out and say a lot of things. But Lewis Hamilton has so many obstacles against him in this type of global stage sport, and he overcame them. And I'm not the person to really talk about it because I don't understand it fully. But I can tell you now, we see it every day in the world, and he has it against him 100%. And he had to fight his way through karting with his dad, who knew nothing about karting, and they were not welcome at the kart track. And they had to do whatever it took to just be there. And that type of feel right there has always made me be a big fan of him because he wasn't given nothing. He wasn't a Lance Stroll who was giving everything. He is somebody straight from where I've come from. I came from, the ghetto. Let's be real. My family, there's parts of my family where they're nice off. And then where I'm from, I actually grew up pretty poor. And to be honest, every day was a struggle. And he grew up struggling and trying to kart. So I can only imagine. That must have been nightmarish at points. So.
And that's another thing that like I said, people across many different lines, man, can relate to. It's always good to see something like, because it almost gives everybody hope. It gives it a good feeling to see somebody, struggle and then achieve at the end of the day. Good feeling.
Hope that it is possible with hard work. Yeah. So for me, I've been watching F1 my whole
And
life. Go ahead, Christian.
And Lewis has also a lot of his fan base is a lot wider. It reaches out way more than just the normal racer. His fan base is here,
across
left, right,
all ethnic
everywhere.
lines. I mean,
Yeah,
if just being at the race, everybody, man. Anybody and everybody that you would see, man. They're supporters. People holding their flags or dressed in their flags for their country. I see a guy with a Mexican flag on, and at the same time, he has a Lewis Hamilton jersey on under it. I see a guy with a Greece flag, a Greek flag, and he has a Hamilton jersey on. He touched so many people with his skill.
Lewis Hamilton can help, kind of what Yoda said. He could bind the world. Well, Yoda said bind the galaxy, but Lewis has the ability to bind us, the humans. He brings us together, and I feel he has made F1 the greatest sport we watch today. If you guys know anything about TV ratings, you guys know less than 7 years ago, TV ratings were dying for F1 and IndyCar and NASCAR, and they were so bad. And that's why I created Global Grandstands originally on Instagram. I wanted to try to connect everybody and bring them together, and it never really took off. But I witnessed this racer, Lewis Hamilton, in 2007, and then I witnessed him as he went on to Mercedes. And then I noticed everyone was always supporting him. and I liked it. I liked how he was bringing people from every industry, every race, and they were just coming together to support this one racer. And I didn't see that for any other racer. I was like, is this really happening? Like, we're witnessing history right now through racing. And that's what Hamilton was able to do. He crossed a line that I think the only other person was probably Senna. Schumacher wasn't able to. It was Senna. He was able to walk out of F1 and be something else as well. And not every racer can do that. And if you can't separate racing and do other things as well in this world, then why is anyone going to pay attention to you? You're just a racer. And Hamilton is more than a racer. He's an advocate. He's a racer. He's someone who likes to be creative and showcase that to the world. He's an artist. I mean, he's so much more. And that's why I had to make this right now. I had to get on live and just talk about someone that has changed the world beyond what any other racer or anyone in any industry has been able to do. He's a real person.
I kind of find it odd, but I don't find it odd at the same time that, just like you were saying about Senna, you hear loads and loads and loads of people comment about Senna. There's a lot of love out there for Senna, but the only time you really hear Schumacher's name or anybody invoke Schumacher is when it's in comparison to Hamilton.
Yeah.
Which it's kind of strange.
Yeah, and it's only in racing. It's nothing else. Hamilton is more than racing. When he's done with racing, his name ain't going away. He's going to be in the world making differences. I guarantee it. That's the human he is. He's a good heart, a good soul, something that can actually help bind humans together. And I think we haven't seen all of Hamilton yet. I guarantee we haven't seen all of Hamilton yet.
He's still young.
Yeah, he's very young. So I just want to hear real quick, what were your final thoughts after leaving COTA, BDHD?
Oh, it was a great time, going down on the track. Unfortunately, I was not closer to the pits when they first released some people onto the track. Others was pulling up the gates. People were just pulling up the gates in different locations and crawling under them and going on the track. But it was nice, man. I left and went and took me about an hour nap, man, because traffic was ridiculous. Yeah, I just kind of chilled out in the car, man. But you get a great feeling, man, leaving it knowing that you got to see something great, and at the same time, it was a good experience. Everybody was in good spirits. It was no conflict, no arguing, no fussing in it. Just seeing different people from different ethnicities, different parts of the world all together, man, for that one thing, just enjoying racing.
Yeah. From the grandstands, they all were there for the same exact reason. That's awesome. I love it. It's beautiful. Well, BDHD, I'm so glad you were able to actually attend that. Everything worked out for you. Just from what we heard over the Discord, it just sounded beautiful. Every time we heard an engine, clearly it was the greatest experience.
Yeah, right there, right over there by turn 11, man. I got to see, and I got a little bit of footage as well of how close Valtteri was getting it, lap after lap to Lewis. And then, that final time where you seen him, he was just so close. You knew he was going to get that DRS going up that straight on hawk him on down. But yeah, there was some good driving and some hard work by Valtteri. I've always liked Valtteri. I really like his attitude and how he approaches a lot of things. He's definitely grown over the years.
Definitely. I have a comment in from Michael Welch. Lewis will need to get seven in 2020 before the cookie cutter F1 begins in 2021. FIA seems to want the program to be like NASCAR. Yeah, pretty much. Costs. There's so many reasons why they want that. But he will get his seventh. I guarantee it. He is a driver with that determination who's going to make sure he gets it. Is it going to be given to him? No. He's going to work really hard to get that. We see who he's fighting up against. We know the cars are faster now, and things are just going to be different in 2020 will be the greatest year ever to watch Formula One because everyone is looking fast, they're looking competitive, and they all want to win. So it's gonna be what we want in racing, and then we're gonna lose it all in 2021, and it's not gonna be what we want. It's gonna be a mixture of what we got in 2020. But
It's going to be like a
The other
closing of a
drivers are not
chapter,
gonna.
closing of another chapter of F1.
yeah, yeah, and we've already seen some chapters of F1, so I'm looking forward to it. At the same time, I think we're gonna get a tease of 2020 because we're already getting teased now. All these cars are so competitive, and now look, we're switching the rules, so it's weird. But guys, I loved hearing your guys' story. About Lewis Hamilton and why he kind of touched you guys and why you guys became a Lewis Hamilton fan. For me, like I said, watching him in 2007, switch to McLaren, and just dominate immediately right out of the gate. I still remember him in Monaco, and I remember the announcers, commentators saying, this guy's going to end up being a triple world champion, and this is his first year at Monaco. And I just remember saying to myself, yeah, look how he's driving. He was driving so competitively and he could tell he wanted to win right then and there. So, Lewis Hamilton, congratulations on your 6th world title. You're champion of the world right now, and you deserve it. Matthew McConaughey said something really cool over on the F1 TV. He says, "Of course, I'm a Lewis Hamilton fan. I get to witness greatness, and I love witnessing greatness." Matthew McConaughey, you couldn't have said it better, man. Watching Lewis is watching greatness. It was magnificent to watch. He knew he had to go flat out in the beginning of the race, and he knew he had to stay on those tires that whole race. That was awesome driving. Not many people could have done it. Not many people do. So, congratulations, Lewis Hamilton. Thank you so much for putting on a show. I look forward to still watching Brazil. I still look forward to watching Yas Marina Circuit. Those are great tracks to just witness as a spectator. And I think we're going to get great racing out of both. That's not going to be a determining factor who's going to be world champion no more, but you're still going to see wheel-to-wheel action. I guarantee it. And from Lewis. So BDHD, thank you so much. Christian, thank you so much. I want to hear, though, BDHD, are you on F1 2019 at all?
Yeah, I'm still just on PS4. I haven't got it yet for PC.
Okay. Well,
Wonder when did they release the new one? Is it like earlier in the year?
yeah, they released it like in February. They released it pretty early.
Yeah, I might go ahead and hold off and just get the one in February. I'm
Oh,
hoping that they have at least one of the newer cars on the game, man, just as a tease.
ooh. Well, I'm sure a set of course on the PC will eventually have it to kind of
I
like.
think I've already seen an Assetto Corsa video posted with one of the cars.
Oh, I'm gonna go look for it then. I want to test it. Christian, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, Christian. What was your highlight moment of the race today?
Highlight moment of the race was Valtteri getting pole. Oh, but actually, out of the whole Grand Prix was Valtteri getting pole.
Okay.
The race was probably him winning because I called it.
You,
I had a
you,
feeling
you
he was
called
gonna
it
win.
early on. You were like, he's gonna do it, and
Yeah.
he did it.
I felt he was gonna try to do what he needed to do to keep that
to make it happen.
champion, to keep that title run alive. You never know what was gonna happen, but yeah, I think that's what it was. Seeing him pass Hamilton at the last laps was amazing. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. BDHD, what was your highlight of the overall race weekend and of the race today?
Well, I say the highlight of the overall weekend was qualifying because the race was an excellent race, but it's just something about qualifying, man. It really grabs you, and then when you see it for in real life, standing right there, you actually see how fast those cars are. You see the G-force. You see them cutting quicker laps than they usually would cut in the race, and I mean it was just awesome. seeing Verstappen go around the S's and come out the other side, man, just shooting sparks everywhere. It was an amazing sight. And the race would be um, basically the fight between Hamilton and Bottas, and then Max Verstappen trying to hang in there and get positioned for himself as well to secure a podium.
No, yeah, I would have to agree with you about qualifying. It is just such an exciting thing to watch. They go so damn fast and nobody holds back. It is 100% go all out or don't even get in. So I agree.
Yeah,
For me,
that's
I
when
would
they
have to
unleash the
say
cars.
the weekend was definitely qualifying. I really liked watching Ricardo. He was doing very good. He was very fast and competitive. Ricardo was definitely my highlight of the weekend. Albon, he's definitely going to be in a Red Bull, so he was a highlight for me in the qualifying session. And to be honest with you, Max has something. There's something there, and I don't think he's just been able to tap into it yet. Is he too young? Is he too old? What's happening? Something's wrong. He hasn't been able to tap into that consistent what Lewis was able to do very early on. There's clear they're both different drivers, but they're both freaking fast and competitive. So we'll see as the next year comes into play. For the race today, I would say the highlight. Man, there were a few highlights I really did enjoy. It would have to just be, the first corner of the beginning of the race. Everyone came in, and not everyone was leaving safe. You had Leclerc pushing Albon into, I think it was Carlos Sainz, and that was exciting right there. I thought that was fun to watch. It was nice to not see a Ferrari dominant race already. I know it sounds early on to already say that, but you could see Ferrari's pace was nowhere there the whole weekend, and I wonder why. Could have been they blew the motor and he had a spare motor in Leclerc's car. I don't know. But overall, I was very happy. And then I saw a picture of Seb congratulating Lewis Hamilton in the pits, and I just thought that was so freaking cool to see.
I really hate I left turn one when I did because maybe like 2 laps after I left turn one, that's when Vettel came up there and his suspension snapped. I probably
What?
would have got there. Yeah, it's like 2 laps.
Man, that would have been so
Yeah.
cool. Ay, ay, ay. Hey, missed opportunities create better opportunities sometimes. Who knows?
Yeah, I learned a few things about footage and filming and stuff like that because I kind of just came up here winging it. I got some good shots and some not so good shots as I was going over some of it.
You know
So
what to do next time.
I'm definitely gonna be prepared for the next time.
Well, guys, congratulations to everybody. This was a fantastic, fantastic weekend. It was a little boring in some parts of the races, but overall, it's a fantastic weekend for Lewis Hamilton. He won his sixth world title. I am very happy for him. Very excited to see him still dominate in a changing of an era where things are really changing, and he's still just as fast. These kids are really fast, but he's just as fast, and he can take it to them. So I look forward to seeing what happens next year in 2020. But I'm excited to see what happens in Brazil because I was just watching Senna after the race, and Brazil is such a fun track. I can't wait to get in F1 2019 and put some laps in. But I look forward to seeing Lewis Hamilton probably win that race. And if he wins that race and then goes on to win Yaz like he always does, then he 100% is your true world champion this year. And I think he's going to win it. I think he is hungry, even though it seems like he wouldn't be. It's like, oh, I got the world title. I don't need to do it. I think he wants to prove something to the people of the world. So we'll see. But congratulations, Lewis Hamilton. Go have fun with the family. Have a sip of 1 ounce bourbon for me and enjoy it because it is the best thing you could have after a successful day. I'm sure Matthew McConaughey has a bottle of it since he's always advertising it. But BDHD, congratulations on being able to get there. Christian, thank you for joining us. Both of you guys, thank you. And thank you to the fans of the world from the grandstands. I'm glad you guys could witness Lewis Hamilton in this day and era because as Christian said on the podcast, he's going to be gone one day and we're going to miss him more than ever. He is something spectacular to watch in our generation. And I don't think we're going to have many spectacular things as the future goes on. So enjoy it while it lasts, and just be thankful. Don't get spoiled and miss out on an opportunity. BDHD got spoiled and missed out on watching Vettel do three-wheel lowrider motion because he wanted a better location. But
Hitting
no.
them switches.
Go ahead.
I'll just say he was hitting them switches.
He was hitting the switches for sure, dude. He's all, what? But guys, thank you very much. Christian, you have a wonderful night with the family. BDHD, are you heading back home right now?
I'll be getting on a plane like early.
All right. Well, you have a safe flight. God bless your flight. And bless everyone from the grandstands. I don't care what your religion is. I just hope the universe blesses you guys' lives and gives you guys what you guys really want out of this life. Learn from Lewis Hamilton. Work hard, and you can make those dreams come true. Remember, he's in the 6th title. The only other driver ahead of him now is Schumacher, and he's going to pass it. This will be it, guys. Take care. Thank you all for joining me. Have a wonderful night, wonderful week, and I will see you guys in Brazil. Bye, guys.
All right, take it easy, Phil.
Take it easy, guys. Bye-bye.
All right, man.
Bye.